So let's get this party started, my friend.
All right, let's do it. Okay, so this is what I was thinking. So if we show kind of inside of Command, inside of Designs, how we can make these custom presentations, and then maybe show a little bit of like how we can give them, outside of Command.
Good combo. Good combo. I like
Cool.
that.
Cool. All right. So let's see. Do you want to start first with the custom listing presentation?
Yeah, let's go into Design and show people how to do that on Design.
Perfect. All right. So obviously, just like we do every single time, starting at agent.kw.com. That's going to take us to Command here. And then we're just going to be going down to the Design section. So now, this is actually might turn into a little bit of a Designs 101 class, just right off the bat. We're going to see how we can kind of make some of these other ones. So we'll hit New. Instead of social or video, we're going to hit Print.
All right.
And I'm going to hit Next.
And the Design tab is on the left, guys. It's the little square thing with the
exactly
easy.
Mm-hmm. And so we're going to give it a second. It's going to just go and take us over to the template library where they're going to show everything that KW has to offer here. And then we're just looking down the sides. We should see the KW app, and then there's going to be one for listings.
This is specifically for this is on print, right? You chose print.
Exactly.
Understand that it's on the printing side.
Exactly. Yeah. So when we hit New on that the blue plus sign, instead of social or anything, it's going to be print.
Got it.
100%.
So, dude, just a quick question here. On the left, I see there are a lot of other options. Just for those who don't know, you can do a lot of things here, not just listing presentations, but for the purpose of this one, we're going to show you how to do some presentations, and this is where we have them. Now, are they already? These are the templates that are already made for us, right?
Exactly. Yeah. So they've made it super simple. There's two, 27-page templates. A modern one and then a classic. And so we can just go and choose whichever one we want. I'm going to choose the classic. Just go and hit that Use in the upper right-hand corner.
Love it.
Boom. Okay, so let's go and, there's been some bugs in Design, so I'm glad that worked out.
Wait, there's bugs on Command?
There's a little bit of bugs, yeah, here and there.
I've never seen
here and there. Yeah, every now and again something will pop up, but you just gotta bear with it here.
Look, if it doesn't work, just reload it. Right.
Exactly. Yep, that's exactly it.
Keep on trying.
All right. So when we see this, so this is a little bit different, right? Usually when we click on templates, we see it, pop up on the right side here, and we could start, editing it. It's a little bit different with these presentations. So when we see this template, here are all the pages that are available to us. And so we kind of have to go through here and kind of, pick out what we want. And so when we, scroll over something, we just have to click on it once, and then it's going to jump over to the right-hand screen. And then now, we can edit with it. And so what you can do, you lift up these pages, and then you can kind of see more of a sequence of what's going on here.
Ooh, I like that, dude.
Yeah, so let me delete that out. And so then we could just go and choose down this list of which pages we want to bring in. Obviously kind of like a cover photo here. It starts on page 3. Page 2 is actually just more of an instructions page, just kind of telling you to go through these presentations with a fine-tooth comb. There's certain spots where maybe you have to swap out the text for your download link, or something that's maybe a little bit specific for you. So they really just want to make sure that you're going through here and making those customizations.
Yeah. All right, look, guys, if you jumped in late, this is pretty easy. You just go into the Design tab at the very beginning on the left-hand side. You click on it, and then you choose Print. There's going to be like 5 options there. You're going to choose the one that says Print, and then it's going to take you to the templated section of the Design section, and you're going to choose the listing presentation. And then this is where we are under the listing presentation. It gave us 2 choices. We chose, did we choose the white colored one, right? We chose the white.
Yeah, it went with the classic.
Yeah, you have 2 options. There's a black colored one and a white colored one, and we chose the white colored one, and that's where we are. Just in case you jumped in late. Also, this is being recorded. I'll put up the link so you guys can join our YouTube channel. But dude, I just noticed you're sporting a mustache here, bro. What the hell is going on?
Oh man, I was just getting a little antsy in quarantine, so instead of shaving my head, I gave myself a mustache. It seemed like a good way to go.
Oh, cool, dude.
Yeah, appreciate that.
I love it.
Yeah.
So, all right, back to business.
Back to it. All right, so we're pulling in the different pages that we want for our listing presentation. We have the cover photo, and so we can just go down this list here. There's a couple that I'll definitely point out. So the first one is going to be this one for neighborhood data. Obviously, something that Keller Williams is pushing, big for is the ability to search by neighborhoods. So this is a little page about that. We have one for CMAs, comparable properties.
Ooh, that's a sexy one, dude. All right, so
Not
tell me
bad.
on that one. Let's go back to that one because that comparable properties is pretty sick.
Sure.
Can we import properties directly from the IDX feed that we have on KW or no?
Exactly. Yeah. So if we're,
Was that a good setup question or what?
That was a good setup question. Let's start here. That's perfect. So what we want to do is, bring in different photos, different text. And so the easiest way to bring it in for properties is going to be not from like the images tab itself, but actually from this KWLS. So if we jump down here and we search for a listing, let's say it's 6360 Maryland, this is something that was, around the property that we were looking at. 6360 Maryland, we select it from our IDX feed, and then now we can just swap out these photos. So, we're not having to download them or, clip them out from Google Maps. We can actually just pull in the MLS property. And then even if we go to listing details, from here we can see, square footage, bedrooms, bathrooms, even price. And so then it's really easy just to swap out all of this information as well, right?
Yeah.
So you just click on the text. We're going to see typewriter here at the top. It says typewriter.
I see it.
Go into that, and then we can just make these adjustments. So, bedrooms.
Ourselves.
Exactly. Yeah. So unfortunately, no way to like quick swap this out. We have a pretty good shortcut there with the photos, but we're kind of stuck here. Yeah.
All right, dude, I have a question. So let's say we've done here, we've changed it up. It looks super sexy.
Yeah.
How do we delete one of the pages? Let's say I don't want a page on this. I'm like, oh, you know what? I don't want that crap.
That's a great question. Yeah. So we're always going to look at this bottom bar to manage our pages. And that's really important once we get up to like 20, right? And so I'm going to hit up on these pages. And then there's another one here that says show all pages. And then this will, bring it almost full screen. Then, we could drag pages around, rearrange them. Or if there's one that we don't want, we hit the drop down.
Boom. See you later.
And then delete.
And we can also copy, right? We could just copy and duplicate it. So
absolutely. Yeah. So maybe we wanted to talk a little bit more about neighborhoods. We could hit copy, that one. And then we have two of the same page.
Love it. Yeah, if you want to extend a CMA, include 8 properties instead of those 4 that you had, just duplicate that page and change out those properties. Now, there was a solid question. I don't have the answer to this, Blake.
Yeah.
Maybe you do. And that's somebody said, I don't have the KWLS icon under the logos icon.
Yeah, definitely. So you can see I'm missing it here too, but it's actually when like we click on photos, it'll bring it up for us, right? So if we're, and let me come here. So if, like we click on,
yeah, there you go, picture of property. Go to the CMA.
Oh, hang on. Oh, I think it's because I'm up here. There we go. Okay, so yeah, this is what it is. I was already on the KWLS tab. That's why it wasn't showing up for me.
All right.
But if I click on any photo that needs to be moved, it'll show up with the images in the KWLS. So
cool.
I would make sure that your current screen isn't on it. Just go and like click on text or something. And then whenever you click on a photo, it should pop up. It's a little bit weird, but yeah, hopefully that's helpful.
Totally is not hard to understand. Totally.
No, not at all. It's going to kind of be affected by whatever you're clicking on. And so, if I could show this real quick too with the neighborhood data, show where we can swap this in.
Yep.
Cool. So, all right, so this is a neighborhood in Texas, Barton Hills, right? This isn't really what we're going for. So we want to swap this in with neighborhood data that's specific for the property that we're going to. And so just like we clicked on the KWLS, right, we're going to, instead of going to listings, we're going to switch over to snapshots. Super important. This is like the one thing I would take away here. Listings over to snapshots. And then we can actually just search for the neighborhood name or the postal code.
The zip code's always the best.
Definitely. And then we see kind of, we just have to match it up to whatever's actually on the screen. So we see it's this long one. And so we just hover over it and then we can replace that image. And so now we're getting all of like those hyper local stats that kind of go along with it. And then now it's totally customized.
Perfect.
How's that?
Yeah, I love this, dude. So is this saving automatically?
It is not, unfortunately. So periodically, it's not a bad idea to go file and hit save. Once you hit download, it'll save everything for you. But if you kind of want to just double check throughout the way, just hit file and save.
All right. So I have a question because this is a good question from Barkley. He's saying, hey, is there a way to do this horizontally so it looks good on Zoom? Like if we're going to present this on Zoom instead.
Gotcha. So there's no way to take the templates and make them horizontal. You'd have to go totally from scratch. That's a good question. And so that, there are definitely ways to work with that. Something that I've kind of been using is this, like it's an online publisher tool. And so instead of, flipping through, it's actually kind of more of a booklet. And so we could be giving our presentation and then just flipping through the pages just like we are now. So it's like I'm on Zoom, I share my screen to this publication.
Right there.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there's a lot of different options, but this is one that it's a lot more appealing because to your point, you want to see it a little bit more horizontal for sure.
I love it. All right, so let's go back really quick and then just go through so people understand how to change the address through KWLS. Let's go through and just repeat that just so people can see the simple steps on that.
For like
let's just say, yeah, right there. We're in comparable properties. We click on it and then you hover over the picture and then it gives you the option. Just so that it went from no KWLS logo on the left, guys. And then as he hovers over a picture and then clicks it and then see, there it is, KWLS. Now we're able to change that property and just input the listing, ID number. Hopefully you have it. It's easier, MLS number. And then you can then drop in those pictures easily. You do have to change the content on the bottom, right? On your own.
Exactly.
Right? Okay, good.
Yes.
Perfect. And then so you're going to have to do that yourself. Unfortunately, it doesn't change it for you now, but there you go. I know I answered a few questions there for you guys. So there he is. He's just changing up that property address, and then we're set to go.
Yeah, just make sure you use this typewriter button here at the top. You just click on the text, click typewriter, and then it's a lot easier to make these changes. Very straightforward here.
Perfect. And then let me see, there was another question that was really good. This is too small to work on. You can definitely enlarge it. It should be on the bottom right. Oh, there you go. Blake, thanks for showing. Yeah, definitely enlarge it, work on it. If you're blind like me, Blake wears glasses, I wear glasses. There's no way we can see. So yeah, don't worry about that. Let's see who else is having a problem. Just taking a little pause to answer all the questions so we don't miss it.
Yeah, please. Yeah.
What publisher app did you use?
So this one is called Yumpu, YUMPU.
You got it. YUMPU. That's, I don't know if you'll ever forget that name ever.
No, no.
So can't say it any other. Yumpu. I love Yumpu. I wonder if it means something else in a different language.
It has to, because that name's terrible. So it's got to be, something special to someone.
Yumpu, guys, write that down. Save it for later. All right, so I have a few questions here. Let's answer some questions and then go back to you. Sure. Eileen says, was your neighborhood snapshot already saved?
Already saved.
I'm assuming when you go back to that snapshot to enter that little section for the property. Did you already have it saved so you can just drop it in there?
Yeah, so when you go to that KWLS and you search for that neighborhood, it's just, the numbers are already populated. So there's nothing to do there. It's gonna just have the numbers and you can just swap it in.
Awesome. All right, and then easy question here for you, just so you can show it because you've got controls. How do you bring in a picture from your laptop or your desktop onto, let's say, the cover instead of the MLS?
Definitely. So, if we're on this page, the same way that, we click on this, let's go back to text. Hang on. So we click on the photo,
Picture.
and we have the images tab. What we're going to do is we're going to go to add. So from add, we could upload directly from our computer, super simple, but even easier, we could actually pull from Facebook, Instagram, Google Drive, or Dropbox. There's direct integrations. So we sign into our Google Drive, then we have access to everything. Otherwise, if we look under the company folder, there's actually a lot of really good stock images that we could use. Some of, lifestyle at home, some of them of neighborhoods, and then some of them of just houses specifically. But they've kind of broken it down. So there's a lot of good images that we could use if we don't have anything on our computer. And then super simple, just replace the image and then you're good to go.
Perfect, perfect. Mary had a question about the app. It's not working. Yeah, look, Mary, there are some glitches to command. We're not going to lie to you here. If it doesn't work after you re-upload it or delete it and then re-upload it on the app section, they are going to do a few updates coming up. So just wait for those. Unfortunately, there's still some glitches. So there's that answer. Alex has a really good question. Alex, what's up, Alex? How about the proof is in the numbers page?
Yeah.
Is there a way to pull your data from KWLS with that, or is that manual entry only?
Yeah, unfortunately, that one's going to be manual entry only and no way to pull up your stats, but it's a good question.
Good, good. And all these pictures that are already on here, they're free. You can always go to Pexel. Is it Pexels?
Yeah.
And then pull up
Pexels, yeah.
Yeah.
I actually used it just last night.
Oh, perfect, dude. Pexels is the easiest place to go to, guys.
Pexels is solid, right?
All day long. Are you able to change the DBA name?
Gotcha. Yeah. So for some reason, this is something I really don't understand about command. So every time it says KW DBA name on the cover there's no way that automatically swaps. So we do actually have to
delete it,
change that out ourselves, right? So we just have to click on it, delete it out, and then we just have to go to our logos section. And so the same way for images, we could add it here, just so it's easily accessible, or we add it from our library. But there's also a company folder that has all of these stock KW logos that we could come in and borrow. This is definitely the way to go. Otherwise, we're just uploading our own that we got from our market center.
Perfect, perfect. Yes, Garcia. I'm sorry if I'm mispronouncing your name, Garcia, but you can save the pages for future presentations. It saves onto your templates at that point.
Exactly. Yeah. That's actually like kind of the suggestion here, right? Is you do this pass once where you make all your customizations, and then now you just have this template ready to go. So any appointment that you go on, you just come back to this template, make a few small changes, but since it's already customized to you, it's a really simple process. So this is almost like how I onboard people into designs. It's like, if this is, the first thing that you make, like, here's your presentation, and this is what you can start to go off of.
Perfect, bro. All right, one last question, then I'll take it back to you to continue.
Cool.
I think this is a good question. It encompasses 3 different questions that we have here, and that's with Michael Lewis Marketing. So here are the parts. 1, can we bring in our Michael Lewis Marketing into this directly from Michael Lewis, or do we have to download it to our computer and then upload it into here?
That's going to be the solution. You're going to want to download it first to your computer, and then we can upload it into designs.
Cool, cool. And then second part to this question, why do you use Yumpu Publisher versus Michael Lewis Marketing?
Simply because I don't have Michael Lewis Marketing Suite in the market center that I'm associated with. Beverly Hills totally cut that cord. We're in command. So we don't do Michael Lewis Marketing Suite anymore.
Got it. And Yumpu, the reason I use it is because the name is so amazing. So
exactly. It's a great conversation starter with clients when, I'm trying to say, let's go to Yumpu, have a little presentation.
Excuse me, what did you say, Blake?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
All right. So good answers on that one. Let's continue, my friend.
Cool. So an aspect of this that we want to take a look at is kind of like the virtual side of all of it, where, these are regular listing presentations, but the way that we can best utilize them right now is by turning them into, virtual listing presentations. And so we want to make, so we want to make a few small changes here. Specifically, when we start talking about marketing and how we're going to be marketing the home. So there's a lot of pages like your media plan, strategic promotion, and then open house strategy. So definitely this doesn't look the same way that it did, even a few months ago. So we're going to want to make some changes. So like when we're looking at this media plan, and we see a lot of these, right off the bat, property brochures, just listed flyers, just listed postcards. These are actually, they're no longer allowed. We're not allowed to have printed materials at properties anymore. So in my mind, what I would do is I would kind of take some of like the tools that I have available inside of Command, and I would swap it out just to kind of advertise it here.
Definitely. And I definitely would start with Facebook lead ads, right?
That's exactly it. Yeah. And so that's something that I'm 100% going to push. So I'm going to delete out this picture. Let's see, I can actually, let me keep going. Let me get all this out of here for you.
You broke it.
I know they did. They actually like uploaded a real PDF of a postcard. And so like each of these elements are like individual. But so we're going to swap it out for Facebook.
Perfect.
So for photos, maybe we screenshot some statistics, some analytics. But if we look over on the side on this icons tab.
Yep, I'm looking.
And then we go to stock. There's all these logos, and funny enough, there's actually a Facebook one.
Whoa,
so
how easy is that?
Simple enough. We can bring this in. And now I can talk about Facebook lead ads. So instead of property brochure, I'm going to say,
Facebook.
Paid Facebook ads. And then, for the description, we talk about, how we're finding qualified buyers for their property, advertising their property on social media.
Yep.
Have thousands of eyes on your property as we advertise to qualified buyers. Something about the lead ads there.
I love that. What we can do too, what we did
talk to me.
One of these is we actually took an example of one of the lead ads that we had done.
Perfect.
And then I just threw it onto where you have the F for Facebook.
Yeah, that's perfect. Do you want to do something like that?
I put Facebook, Instagram, right? So I say, hey, look, we've got you on Facebook, Instagram with the click of a button. So we could definitely do that.
I like that a lot. Yeah, that's actually exactly what I had done here in this Yumpu one that I got. For my paid Facebook ads, I put some analytics there of just off of this one ad. So yeah, that was super cool. Oh, by the way,
so think the same, dude. That's why.
Exactly.
You're like my brother, bro.
Essentially, right? Just a little bit younger here.
That's right. You had to add that in at the end, didn't
you? I know.
Oh
You're my much older brother.
I'm not talking to you for like.
Yeah, no, I'm totally kidding. I'm kidding. We're like the same age.
I'm sure we are. Dude, I love that. Great idea. And guys, as things change, you have to continually change this section because he's right. Like everybody's got just listed flyers. Everybody's got the postcards. What the hell makes you different? Right? I don't want to go and open up the same damn thing that every other agent's got out there. So start looking at what things you can add here. Like if we go back to your Yumpu one, Blake, I just want to show really quick what you did there. He has a Matterport 3D tour and Instagram. What you can start adding is maybe even a whole social media tab where if you're doing YouTube, right? Because you have paid YouTube ads. If you're doing TikTok, if you're doing like he has here Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn. I mean, here's what you do. You go on Google and you search the most visited websites in the world. You crop the top 6, which are, by the way, 4 of them are social media. YouTube, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram are in the top 6. You put that at the bottom and you say, hey, this is why I'm focusing on social media, right? Because it's the new internet. Some people don't know that, right? And so,
exactly.
So when you do that, you can explain to them better why your plan works because you're targeting where people are. Right, that's part of the show right there. So mailers, flyers, what the hell?
So check it out. It's a little bit of a twist to it. So through command, we can make these postcards, but the way that we can kind of bridge that gap from physical advertising to online advertising is we could put a QR code on that postcard that links to a landing page. So even though it's a physical mailer, we can actually still be capturing leads online. And this is something that's available inside of command. It's literally just one toggle, and then you can put a QR code on your postcards. So that's kind of just, it's amazing. It's a great way to kind of elevate it, and it definitely sticks out.
I love that, dude. I love that. All right, continue. Looks good.
All right, let's see what we got. So yeah, we keep going. We swap out for, the different advertising that we're currently doing. And then we can talk about, our campaign, right? The strategic promotion, what we're going to be doing. And this goes back to a lot of like the process. So we see a lot of the ones through here, like, a coming soon email blast to database, professional sign yarded, yard signage. We want to definitely come in here and update these, make these a little bit more virtual, even if it's just, adding digital to a couple things here. That's especially true on this open house strategy page. Instead of having regular open houses, there's definitely a shift to kind of, a virtual open house video showings. So this would be a great place to kind of showcase that.
Yeah. And I'd probably put new open house strategy, right?
That's exactly. Yeah. So on this one, I did sort of the same thing where I said virtual open house strategy. And then for my little text here, I said, rather than the traditional open house format, we will premiere the new listing via Zoom webinar that is instantly streamed to Facebook Live. Interested buyers will be driven to a custom landing page to register for the event. So we're making it more of an online campaign rather than like a traditional Twilight open house premiere. And then everything after that, we're trying to push it where it's very like social distancing. We're doing things with video showings, trying to be very conscious of all of that.
Sweet. All right,
and
let's
that's
go back here.
Sure.
Just had a couple of questions.
Let's do it.
That way we can pause here. Guys, I'm sorry, ladies and gentlemen, this is being recorded. So I'm going to put up the little link there. You guys can go on there. I think by the end of tomorrow, we'll have it up. We're finally caught up. Our team's caught up. So we'll have that uploaded. Go ahead and subscribe to that one. And then let's go over some questions. Blake, really
Perfect.
quick.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start on the chat box instead of the Q&A because I know I missed these. Hi, gentlemen. Does this include apartment listings? No, it doesn't. Good. That one's answered. Can we get a copy of your listings? I love your ideas. Blake, how does that work for our region here?
Let's see. So I actually have a link I could share in the chat right now. And then it's just like a Google Drive folder with my presentation and then a couple other things in here that you could look at.
I love it. He's going to post it up there. Tamara's asking a good question. I think a lot of people are asking this. How do you save your contact information so you never have to repeat it again?
Yeah, so unfortunately, it is just like a one-time thing where we make this change to the presentation once, and then it's going to be there every single time. So just a one-time through with that customization.
All right, perfect. And then Marissa's saying, why can't we use just listed postcards?
No one says we can't. We can always do that for sure.
Yeah, we were talking about the flyers inside the house. That's what we were.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I should have been more specific there. Yeah.
No, good one. Can we upload the MLS CMA to have seller specific information?
Absolutely. Yeah. I mean, something that you could do with a listing presentation anyway would just be to kind of combine them, right? So if you printed out this and then you printed out your cloud CMA, you can just put them together, for one PDF.
Perfect. Okay, here we go. Let me go to these questions. Got a few Q&A left.
Cool.
Can a video be integrated into your listing presentation, and will that be easily viewed by email to a client?
Let's see. So not in command designs. Do you have anything on that, Tristan?
No, dude. I mean, you can put a link, but unless it's a live PDF where you can click on it, it won't work. And
right.
So no. I mean, what about Yumpu when we add it on there? Will it be a live link? Can we click on it as we're doing the virtual tour?
I'm pretty sure you could do a live link on Yumpu.
Perfect.
I just don't know from command to Yumpu.
Yeah.
Right.
Awesome. No problem. And got that one. One more question, two more questions, then we'll get back to you. William, you're all awesome. Thanks for sharing that info and especially linking Drive with your examples. Where do I find that link? It is going to be on the chat box. If you missed that, there are two links. One is our YouTube channel. The other one is the link to that presentation. So you have some inspiration there. And the last question here, and then we'll go back to you and then we'll come back to questions later. Let me see chat. Any questions on the chat? Might have missed it. Oh, here. No, we already answered that. Nope, we got them all. Good. For now, let's go.
All right, very cool. All right, let's jump back in here. Okay, so let's talk about the numbers section, right? So we talked about the marketing plan a little bit.
Yep.
And so if we show all pages here, there's a couple back here where, if we can go to this one, it's going to show off some numbers for, sales prices, days on market, list to sales. Something that it even says in the instructions here is that we want to use the numbers that kind of tell the best story, whether that's our story, the story of our team, the story of our market center, or even in a bigger picture, KW. So that's something that I'm definitely going to push, especially if we're newer to real estate and maybe we don't have those numbers. We can definitely use the fact that KW is the largest real estate company out of all the franchises. The numbers that I definitely like to use a lot here, they're on this next page. It's the 182,933 agents, 1.1 million in units, 351.2 billion in volume. Kind of pushing out that Keller Williams is number one here. The other KW stats that I love are this worldwide stats. And so this is actually a page that you can download from kwworldwide.com. You can use it for your listing presentations, but it's these numbers that KW is available in 5 continents, 43 regions, 200 plus market center locations. I guess right now there's another franchise that's using something in listing presentations where they're telling a really good story about the worldwide reach. So I would absolutely leverage, everything that KW has to offer to be able to come in here.
I like that, dude. That's a good ad. So tell me, where does this pull the information from? Where am I pulling that info? 182,000 agents. Do I have to manually input that, or does it grab it from KW?
So unfortunately, I did manually enter that one in.
Oh, you cheater!
I know. I had that information offhand, and so I came in. And then I just edited some text boxes around and then changed, the wording just to kind of adjust it to what I wanted to portray here.
All right. Question, dude. Can I, this I don't know the answer to. So this is me asking you.
Okay.
Let's say I go to the middle section there with the numbers 18, 15, 4.8, that whole section that's cheated. Can I go to like the map section and then just bring in a section of a map? You know how we have that connection with Nextdoor?
Right.
Where it gives me these little regions, these little sections. Can I just export that whole section and put it on there, or do I have to take a picture and then bring it in?
Let's see. So we could use something like this where, let me pull up a Los Angeles neighborhood.
Should I ask you a harder question, Blake?
Ask me a harder question, man. I mean, what are we doing here? So we can have these photos, and so this is what we can bring in, right? So if we resize this up, and then these could be some of the stats that we use.
All right. So if we know an area specifically is, let's just say it's this area, right? Mount Olympus, which we keep on coming back to. I love. I can decide to just show this specifically. I like it.
Exactly. And then we could even use like the map there, the neighborhood stats. We could switch that up a little bit. Yeah, but anything we could put here.
I love that. So it's already there. So the snapshots are very key.
Yeah, I love going to the snapshots. I'm kind of using those for everything here. All right.
I love
and
it.
And then let's see, at the very end, it's going to be just more of the same here where we're talking about your past sold properties, maybe active listings that you currently have. If you don't have any right now, You could use your market center listings. And then again, we're just getting that information from the KWLS, just searching for these listings and then bring in the photos directly.
Love that, guys. And we went over that twice at the beginning. So yeah, you can bring in the pictures. You just have to change the verbiage yourself by using the typewriter section at the very top there. There you go. Type it in, easy to go, ready, beautiful, super sexy.
All right. So let's see. Any other points on the listing presentation there? I have one thing that I want to show off.
Yeah, show something off, dude. I think you got everything. Not a lot of questions coming in.
Okay, cool. So let's go back to the design suite here.
Right.
We're seeing all these templates, all the different designs that KW has to offer here. If we look, we were in listings, right? For listing presentation.
You're still under the print section, just so people understand that.
Yeah. Let me go back just in case. So inside of designs, inside of command, for those that missed it at the beginning, bottom right-hand corner. And instead of social, video, anything, we're just gonna hit print. So we're looking for those print templates. Then we're gonna hit next.
Sweet.
And so then instead of listing, right, we're gonna go to buyer. And then instead of listing presentation, we have these buyer presentations. And it's going to work almost the exact same way, where we're gonna choose the one that we want. We're gonna hit use on it. And it's going to redirect us. We're going to have the option to, start to bring in whatever pages we want specifically. The cover, coming in here talking about, it's a little bit different though, right? It's all about the buying process. Getting to know the neighborhoods that you want to search in. Finding out your preferences for where you want to live, what kind of house you're looking for. The whole process. This is all about financing. Talking about Keller Mortgage. Using the tools of Keller Covered. And it works the exact same way. So you kind of customize this one time through, and then this is something that you can just kind of have as a staple every time you're going on a buyer presentation. So they've set you up here. Exactly.
It's
so
already
all those
built
leads. Yeah, all those leads that we've been generating from that Facebook ad, and we've been following up with those smart plans. So now we can kind of transition them to, take these appointments and we can give them our buyer and seller presentation guides. We do the same thing where we make this all about virtual buying, and then it's a little bit more fitted to the times.
So Blake, show me how to make a link out of the PDF so I can send it in a smart plan.
Perfect. So we finished out our presentation here.
So say I'm done here, I'm ready to go. Or say I have no idea what the hell I'm doing and I just download it just like it is, right?
Sure, yeah. So we hit download, top right corner. And so instead of going as a JPEG or a PNG, we're gonna need to do this as a PDF. So make sure you hit PDF. We're doing all designs, and then we're gonna hit start download. And that way it just ends up on our computer.
Love it. So now it's on my desktop as a PDF.
So now I go to an online publisher site. Mine, here we go. We got Yumpu.
Should we go to Yumpu?
We're going to Yumpu this time. Yeah, exactly.
Dude, should we make a competitor called Yumpy?
I like that, actually. I think that has a better ring to it. It's less
I got
off-putting.
something here.
Yeah, let's write that down. We'll come back.
Let's go. All right.
So any of these sites, it's going to be pretty straightforward here, where we're just kind of dragging in. We're going to be uploading our presentation. So it's in our downloads. So we should have named it a little bit better, but here we got it, Untitled Design 7. It's going to upload it. Might ask us to make an account here. Let's see what happens. Yeah. Here we go. Let's real quick. Let me see if I can just sign in with Facebook.
Cool. While you're signing in, there's
please. Yeah.
So don't worry about it, guys. If you go on Yumpu, it's free to use. You can obviously upgrade, but I don't think you need to. Bradley,
you do not.
We'll show you the final presentation. But if you scroll up on the chat box, I did put up a link to the presentation that we have, so you can just take a look at how that presentation looks. So great question, Bradley. But scroll up on the chat box. Rosie, how do you show it when doing a Zoom listing to a seller? Can you show? Yeah, we showed it earlier, but we can definitely show that at the end here and show you how it would look and how we can present to a seller. That one's pretty easy, Rosie, as long as you're using something like Zoom, which you are there. What other questions? Martina is asking a relevant question. Sorry,
Okay.
but why do we need to use Yumpu?
You do not. Not specifically. The reason that I went with Yumpu is because I was looking for a site that I'd be able to give a presentation just like this and actually be able to flip through it. I love like that animation. I love that it's like actually a book that we can go through. And then from here, it's really easy. Once it's uploaded, you get this link and it's just going to be for this presentation. And so we can just,
link.
Exactly. So we copy this link, you know, we could share it with our clients.
That's
alternatively, we could just do it directly from here, you know?
So what I would do is I would go to Yumpu, get a free account. And the reason you can use anything that's similar, but for Yumpu, we upload the PDF like Blake is doing. And then once we upload the PDF, it gives us a link to be able to then send to our clients. And if you don't want that really long link, you can also shorten it on Bitly. And then you'll have a really small, you could text it to your clients. What we were talking about earlier is you can actually make this as part of a smart plan to buyers. So if you want to include that little link, now that you uploaded it to Yumpu, you can include that little link and post it as one of your drips to those possible buyers that you're getting from Facebook. Maybe say drip number 8 or 7, maybe a week into it. And then now they're getting a presentation so they can take a look at a process for buying. And you can do the same thing for sellers. And then Yumpu, the reason he uploaded it on there so that we can see it better when he's presenting. So let's say he's presenting to me on Zoom. He could have that feeling like it's an actual book flipping back and forth. That's the finished presentation that you guys were asking for. So Blake, if you're presenting to me, can you show the finished presentation?
Absolutely, yeah. So let's say we got on Zoom just like we are now.
Yep.
I'm going to share my screen, and I'm just going to open it up just right to this presentation.
Sweet.
And then we can just go and take some time. We can make our introductions, and then we're just going through it, step by step, talking about the property, talking about some comparable properties in the neighborhood, kind of what we think the property could go for.
Easy.
Talking about that virtual process, talking about what's changed. Now we're doing virtual walkthroughs and receiving and presenting offers via Zoom, doing drive-by appraisals. We're talking about our app, huge right now, especially with the new feature of video tours, the ability to schedule those. So I'm definitely talking about that.
Super sexy.
Flipping through, talking about my media plan, my marketing, the strategic promotion that I'm going to be doing. This is actually really just my checklist as well, what I'm doing every single time. Open house strategies, the details of like what I'm actually doing, so talking about those boosted and sponsored posts, my targeted postcard with the QR, targeted lead ads. I'm going to go into detail about all of that. Definitely talking about Keller Williams, the numbers, all these different awards, kind of like the timeline of it. I'm always going to leverage that Keller Williams has really made this shift to becoming a tech company over the years. We've kind of been forced into this new age of real estate here, and Keller Williams is, coincidentally enough, been making all of these tools to give you the ability to do all of this. And so I'm kind of driving that home that Keller Williams is that tech company now.
Love that.
To other properties in the area here, I was able to bring in a few different testimonials. They have access to this. They can go back and read through them. And then the back page has all of my contact information, social media handle. It's a nice little ending there.
You're hired.
I love it.
It's easy, dude.
That is so easy.
All built out, beautiful. Hold on, question here. Thank you, gentlemen. Great presentation. Thank you. We copy information from MLS or upload automatically. You can copy the pictures from the MLS. You upload pictures from MLS, type the information yourself. William, great questions, by the way. Let's see what you got here. So nice. I like the Yumpu flip animation. Forget Bitly. It is probably better to create a button that is linked to the Yumpu site. People click on buttons at an increased rate of 67% more likely. Correct. I was saying the bit.ly link if you were going to text people a link. So obviously, if you're not texting it to them and you're emailing it to them, definitely put it into a button, or you could even put it into a button of a landing page that you have, because I know Command allows us to make these awesome landing pages too. So great addition, William. But if you are texting, the shorter the link, the better. Blake just went up on bit.ly here to show you. He just shortened that longer link to a shorter link. And there we go. And now it's right at the bottom. Blake, I love it, bro. I think you crushed this one. I gotta say,
that was good.
Your mustache makes you better.
I think so too. I was definitely kind of feeling that energy, so I think we might just write it out. Might be a permanent change. Who knows?
I love it. And Hilda, great question. Do you know anyone who can set up Command and the listing presentation for pay? Please don't share this question. I didn't know that was at the bottom, Hilda, but you know what? There's a lot of things that we offer on the side. I know Blake and I help out a lot of teams. So don't be embarrassed, Hilda. We help out mega teams all throughout the United States, especially Nick and myself. So look, Hilda, just put up your info there. We can reach out to you. We're helping out teams that do 100 million plus. So nothing to be embarrassed about. These teams don't know what the hell they're doing with Command, and we're setting it up for them step by step and transferring them into Command so that they know how to use it. The truth is, we shouldn't be the ones trying to set all this stuff up when we're trying to prospect, making calls and everything else. It's kind of tough. So of course we're going to need help. And this is why we bring this part in and see if we can help you at least with understanding how it works. So even my team relies on me to set up a lot of their stuff because they're out actually procuring business, right? If they didn't have me, they'd be like, what the hell did we do? So great question, Hilda, that applies to everybody. So feel free to reach out to myself or Blake, and we can definitely help you out on the side. We're doing that separately as well. So Blake, anything you want to add to that?
Definitely. So kind of talking about virtual presentations, doing this over Zoom. As we're kind of on the tail end of this, it feels like a little bit, maybe we're going back to a normal. I think that this is something that we could just be offering regardless of the situation. Even once we do go back to normal, how much are people going to want strangers coming through their home? I think that at least having this option available is going to be something that kind of makes you stand out down the line. So get this presentation ready to go now, and then just have this in your tool belt ready to go.
Awesome, buddy. I like that. And then let's go through some questions. We got a few minutes left. Let me get some questions on here. Daryl, thank you. Daryl, thank you. William, I missed where in Command you can create a QR code. Hey, buddy, you want to do that? Actually sets us up for next week because I was wondering how to do. You want to do postcards for next week?
Yeah, let's do it.
With
I like
QR
that.
Code? William,
yeah, let's do kind of like a whole campaigns thing. Yeah.
William, you're on, dude. Your questions are fire today, William. You better be on next week, damn it. Good job, William. Seema, please, I have to know what question did Seema ask before? It looks like it's part 2. Seema, can you ask your question again? I'm sorry, I must have missed the first part to it. Okay, Joette. Blake was going to put his info on the presentation, contact info. Blake was going to put his info to his presentation. I don't know what that means. Blake, do you know what that means? Blake was going to put his info to his presentation, contact info?
I'm not sure I follow.
All right, but in the meantime, can you put up your link to that presentation just in case that's what she meant?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, I'll drop that in the chat again.
All right, Seema, how do I print my contact list? Seema, go ahead and reach out to, put your information on, we'll email you separately, Seema. Just send me a message right there. Helen, I've got your info. Thank you. Daryl, can you give your YouTube link one more time? Yes, we can. We'll put it up on the chat. I got Blake on text right now. Blake, I'm just sending you some info so we don't lose it on the side, okay?
Perfect.
All right, let's see. Let me get the YouTube channel, guys, because we're going to upload this in 2 days. Let's see here. And we got some good questions. I just have to get to them. Give me a few seconds. Chat. Lots of great questions, dude. Lots of great questions. All right, LA, abbreviation for I don't know what, but thank you guys much. Plethora of info. I love the plethora word. That reminds me of the Three Amigos from El Guapo used to say, do you know what a plethora is? That was good. I like that one. Oh, Layla. Thank you, Layla. Appreciate you. Martina, can you show how to link the IDX? Did we do that part 1 by any chance where we linked to IDX?
I believe so, yeah. That should be in the Command 101 video, yeah.
Martina, that's in the Command 101 group. I just put up the link in the chat box. You're good there. Thank you. We got a lot of thank yous, guys. If you don't want to stay tuned for the questions, you can go ahead and leave. We have somebody say we should start a podcast. That sounds good. I love that. Thank you, whoever said that one. And Blake, here goes another link. That one's Seema.
Perfect.
Answered live. Thanks, Seema. Appreciate you. If you have Google Drive, you can upload it as a PDF. You are right. You can definitely use Google Drive instead of Yumpu. But the presentation isn't as clean on Google Drive, but you can definitely use it as a link and then shorten it to Bitly. So good addition to that one. Daryl, can you give your YouTube link? I did. Perfect. Got you, Daryl. Hilda, I think Hilda asked probably the best question there because a lot of us are overwhelmed with this.
Yeah, no, 100%.
It's not a problem to not know what the hell you're doing on command. Tamara, yes, Tamara, do me a favor, send me your information here on the questions and I'll throw it to Blake and myself and we'll get back to you on that one, Tamara. I think we got all the questions, man.
I think we did it. Somebody just asked when the next class will be, which is going to be same time, 9 a.m. next Thursday, right?
Yeah, same time. This time, though, we're going to go full on creating the mailers with the little
the QR codes.
code. So I love how Apple finally jumped onto the QR world, which made them made QR again relevant.
100%. Yeah.
And it made it so easy where you just hover the camera over it and it just pops up the link. So definitely an amazing add-on. Guys, tune in for that one. It will be Thursday at 9 a.m. Pacific. And Blake and I will be here again. Blake, dude, effing good job. I was going to curse.
Thank you, man.
Great job.
Oh, it's all right. It's all right. We're having a good time here. I'm enjoying these.
All right, dude. Thank you so much, buddy.
All right, no problem. All right.
Thanks, everybody.
Take it easy, Tristan.
Thanks, buddy. Bye.